Hello, folks, and welcome to the last episode of the motorized Wehrmacht campaign challenge. Just to as a brief introduction, which doesn't have nothing to do with this. The next video that I will upload will be a very short presentation about viruses, because given the outgoing pandemic and the fact that I'm a virologist, I thought I should have done something, so I just prepared a half an hour talk with a presentation just to give you some very basic knowledge about virology in general. But coming back to the last episode, having secured the oil fields of the Caucasus in 1942, the front line adopted this weird shape in which everything was running parallel, like a perfect straight line from Narva down to the city north of Kiev, and then it swung to the east. And this gave me the idea of launching a triple pincer movement against the enemy capital, and having provided to my troops enough time to recover and reorganize themselves. On January the 19th, von Kleist's 1st Panzer Army, supported by Auser's 6th SS Panzer Army, they began the offensive in the direction of Moscow. And I think it was on the 5th of February, Guderian struck from the south. And the idea of launching this synchronized offensive was to somehow trick the AI into redeploying some troops from elsewhere to face von Kleist's onslaught. And I would say this partially worked, because when Guderian's troops began their advance, they only faced, let's say, one layer of division, so one division per tile instead of 2 or even 3 divisions per tile before that they were facing before. And well, no need to say that again, the combination of very fast and powerful armored divisions just melted every enemy opposition. And by the first few days in February, the troops of von Kleist met with the ones of Guderian, officially closing in a, let's say, not huge but quite big pocket, all of the remnants of the Red Army. And in a very confusing campaign in which I was forced to direct manually one by one all the troops, I managed to get rid of and really annihilate the bulk of the Red Army located south of Moscow. And I saw the stats, and overall, since 1941, the Soviets managed to lose in total almost 13 million, I would say, of men, even though this is generally referred as manpower, which I think, however, is still quite a lot. And with the collapse of the Moscow salient, I first began to give a look at my Japanese allies in the Far East Asia to see what were they doing. And interestingly, they managed to land to create a beachhead in Burma, but then somehow the allies' reaction was too fast that the Japanese beachhead was just crushed. And in the meantime, on the Soviet front, I began to redeploy my troops and plan for the last offensive of the year. I was not planning to do this, because I saw that I thought that the struggle for Moscow would have lasted for much longer. But since everything happened so fast and the Red Army capitulated so quickly, I said, okay, we can still try to win this within 1943. And I deployed my troops to have von Kleist on the far left, Hauser in the middle, and Guderian on the far right. and I even reinforced Hauser's 6th Panzer Army with 4 additional mechanized SS Waffen divisions. And in early April, not only I managed to put the famous Panther tank in production, but also Japan finally declared war against the Soviet Union. So now this was really a race against time, because I was like, okay, so if they conquer Vladivostok, then the Soviet Union can only collapse. And still, because the surrender progress was not going up as fast as I expected, it was precisely, I think, on May the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't remember now. No, it was later. Sorry, it was slightly later. I was confused by the first force attack started by Guderian, but exactly on May the 16th. Sorry, on the 16th, the triple offensive begun against the Leningrad region, and again, the first crust of enemy troops was shattered. Especially, I noticed this especially on von Kleist's attacks front, and Leningrad fell in the hands of the Germans. This was really fast. This was really unexpectedly fast, but I was also happy, super happy, to have finally concluded so early this campaign. And for the future, I had in mind of doing a German campaign, this time focusing more on submarines, just to give a sub challenge or Kriegsmarine challenge, and then I was thinking also of a Luftwaffe challenge. And of course, I'm also preparing a surprise in House of Iron 3 that I cannot spoiler now, or you can write down in the comment if you think what I am planning to do with HOI4. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you all very, very soon in the next episode. Stay at home, wash your hands, and take care. Bye bye.